Okay, good morning everyone. This is part 5 to possible dwarf star conspiracy. Alright, the last video we left off at a very important part where we were drawing parallels. We're drawing parallels to this symbol and the planet X symbol. Now, in short, I'm saying that this symbol is an astronomical symbol that is not denoting planet X, but it's denoting our whole planetary system as it travels this full course around the Milky Way, which equally divides 4 separate zodiacal ages. Okay, and then that's why we have the cross. Alright, so we drew the earlier parallels with what I said, and we ended it about right here. And it says, which also meant divine, also evolved into Semitic languages to the letter Tav, T-A-V, which meant the sign. Now, I apologize if I'm not saying the Tav right. Alright, which meant the sign. They're saying that the planet X symbol meant the sign. Unreal. Okay, unreal, because look, remember what our symbol is. 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 signs of the zodiac. The sign for the 12 signs, for the cycles of the 12 signs. Fits. Once again, another aspect is fitting with this, and it makes more sense than with what they're telling us. Okay? So it's pretty amazing. Alright, let's move on. I have prepared some notes because there's so much information here to kind of keep me on track, to recap everything that we've been through. First off, I want to say I do believe we have this binary sun-dwarf star. I'm just wondering if it is being used as a cover for the depopulation agenda. Think about this. The world is exploding with people. And as a result, the world's resources are being gobbled up. We cannot continue at this pace any longer. So, unfortunately, it looks like this is the route that things are going. But remember, this has been prepared. They are being guided from wickedness in high places, if you will. Some people you might want to call them aliens. Alright? But if you really know the true origin, if you know Scripture, and if you even know ancient history, you're going to find out, my friend, these are not aliens. They've been here. They've been here. Now, anybody that's believing that they're just simply aliens from Andromeda and Arcturian and the Pleiades and Zeta Reticuli and all that stuff, well, look, you ain't looking deep enough. You ain't. And I'm sorry, you're not. You need to look deeper. Alright, so we have 2 timelines, both at 3,600 years apart with cataclysms. That in itself is odd. How did I come up with a 3,600 year timeline for cataclysms? That's just odd. How was I able to do that? And then secondly, this green one where we are now, 3,600 years back, mild. 3,600 years back, mild. 3,600 years back, mild. This is probably going to be mild. Check it out. Those are the statistics. So it's being made for us now, I would say, to look worse. Alright? The Mayan calendar and the biblical timeline look somewhat similar. They share common key numbers and phrases, plus the world age similarity of 5,125 years. Remember, the Mayan world age, or the sun age, resembles the 70 generations of the binding of Samyeza, both equaling destruction at their ending. Now that is an incredible parallel. Okay? I want you to remember what we connected here. There is a connection between the 12 tribes and the zodiac. Google 12 tribes in the zodiac and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll see that there's an occult connection. Alright? Next, isn't it possible that the dwarf star and the Niburu situation is being used for the cover of the depopulation agenda? Which I think right. Yes. And at the same time, it has another convenience. It's creating a cover for this alien deception, i.e. the return of the gods. You remember these Anunnaki, those from heaven to earth they fell, claim they come from this planet. They have given us civilization and started basically everything that we have before us now. All of our writing systems, our calendars, our understanding of the universe, solar system, the whole nine. Okay? And there's a reason why they know all that, as I've been explaining in my other videos. So it's creating a very convenient cover for them, this Planet X scenario, to push that upon you. Because remember, the aliens are supposed to land now or come out of the inner Earth. Well, that's just somehow lining right up with this 3,600 year lineup, isn't it? You better believe they're going to use it, if they can get you to believe it. Next, the ancient Planet X symbol could be, could be just an astronomical symbol pertaining to precession. And the precession of the zodiac ages, not having anything to do with this planet in its original form. Now later they have adopted it, hidden the true meaning of all of this time that man has been on this earth with civilization, to shorten it. If they can shorten it and squeeze it into only about 5,000 years, well, you are missing so much. You are missing connections. And that's why they want you to believe in such a short little span of time, because then everything else is hidden to you. Makes sense. Alright, symbol number 1. Boom. Symbol number 1 could be the original appearance of the 5-pointed star. In my mind, it is. It could be the original meaning of what the occultic symbol of the pentagram is. In my mind, it's where it first comes. It's where it first comes from. But we all know now that this is really portraying one complete zodiacal age. Okay? All 12 signs taking 25,625 years to complete. Alright? That's symbol number 1. So we've discovered an incredible, deep, connecting meaning. Symbol number 2, same situation. Symbol number 2 might not be about Planet X at all. It could be telling us cyclical positions and key dates. Alright? And we've talked about that with the starting of the Egyptian civilization, the lineups, the whole nine. Alright, so I want you to know that even with this Mayan time chart, did you not find it interesting that I was able to line up key Egyptian possible start civilization dates using this Mayan calendar? Pretty interesting. All connected. Alright, well there's a reason why. Okay, so I want to say, here's the question. How could or why do the Egyptian dates work from the Mayan calendar dates? Simple. The Mayan long count starts in 3013 BC. That's how we get the end date of 212, counting from 3013 BC. Remember, the world age is about 5,000 years. So from 3 to 2012, we're at about 5,000 years. That's the beginning and ending of a world age, which, as you would remember, destruction comes at this time. So the Mayan calendar starts in 3013 BC, all right, which is completing one world age. But I also want you to know where this comes from. At about 3013 BC in Egypt, my friends, Thoth is banished. Now, who is Thoth? Thoth is supposedly the creator of the calendar. He's the originator of the 52-week year. That is his magical number 52. He's to be responsible, supposedly, mythologically, as the mythology states, for the 52-degree inclination of the Great Pyramids. Okay? So, Thoth was banished at about 313 BC. Thoth hangs out with what are known as the Ghanaians from the Gold Coast. And the Gold Coast is called the Gold Coast still to this day because it is an ancient BC mining operation. When Thoth leaves Egypt, he goes somewhere. Well, guess what? He shows up in 3013 BC in Mesoamerica with the South African Gold Coast Ghanaians, and guess what? Now they're called the Olmecs. If you look at the beginning of the Mesoamerican culture, you're going to find out that the Olmecs are the ones responsible for starting it. Now I want to read you something right here out of the Lost Realms, from a book from Zechariah Sitchin. I'm going to read. Of all the lost civilizations of Mesoamerica, that of the Olmecs is the oldest and the most mystifying. It was by all counts the mother civilization, copied and adapted by all the others. It dawned along the Mexican Gulf Coast at the beginning of the 2nd millennium BC. It was in full bloom at some 40 sites by 12,000 BC. spreading in all directions, but mainly southward. It made its mark across Mesoamerica. The first Mesoamerican glyphic writing appears in the Olmec realm. So does the Mesoamerican system of numeration of dots and bars. The first long count calendar inscriptions with the enigmatic starting date of 3013 BC. The first works of magnificent monumental sculpted art. The first use of jade, the first depictions of handheld weapons or tools, the first ceremonial centers, the first celestial orientations, all were achievements of the Olmecs. No wonder with so many firsts. Some have compared the Olmec civilization of Mesoamerica to that of the Sumerians in Mesopotamia. Boom. Okay? Boom. They're all connected. The Mesoamerican, Mayans, Aztecs, Incas, Zapotecs, Mixtecs, they all have a common origin. Ancient Egypt, common origin. Mesopotamia, common origin. Okay? All of these megalithic ancient cultures all stem from the same place. Okay? The Anunnaki. Alright, so now we know that this Thoth could be Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent, who comes across the sea with these giants, who are the Olmecs, these miners, and then this whole thing starts happening over there. So that's how we have the Egyptian tie-up. That's how we're able to use their calendrical system, which they get, okay, from Egypt. And that's how we're able to use the same calendrical system and date the possible starts of ancient Egypt. Unreal. Okay. I want to talk real quick about the conspiracy situation here. And one thing that you need to check out, and that is this Jupiter being possibly created into a second sun. And I don't have the exact link, but you could probably Google it by this: Jupiter's second sun, controlled impact by NASA. And you might be able to research it through YouTube. If anybody knows the link, post it on my comments for the other viewers. Well, what we're talking about here is that they have already used probes to control impacts on the surface of Jupiter laden with plutonium, okay? And they are overheard in the video as saying that they could get a possible full ignition of Jupiter. Wow. That would fulfill those miracles and those powers to perform those miracles, those lying wonders, okay, in the sky. So all this hype about a second sun, I think, is preparing you for this grand deception, my friends. Think about this, okay? It fits. All right. Now I want to read to you something from the Bible, all right, that is just about the warnings of this grand deception here, okay? I'm going to be reading from 2 Thessalonians, and I'm going to start at verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. My friends, I don't know what you think, but I do know what I think. And I think that this is a part of those lying wonders, those powers that they have the power to do in the sights of men. We are in it. We're in a very, very, very interesting time, my friends. Stay safe. Stay safe. All of you who know God, praise the Lord. All of you who don't know Him, know, my friends, that the Father is real. If you can believe in these aliens coming around doing all of this stuff, why is it so hard for you to believe that there is a Father, a creator of all this, and that He loves you dearly, dearly, my friends? These aliens have conditional love. There are conditions that you must meet to receive from them. The Father's love is unconditional. Think about it, my friends.